Greetings, Earthlings. Good afternoon and welcome to I Come in Peace. I Come in Peace. This is a Q&A. This is where if anything gets put in the chat, any hot tea that's real hot and I know about it and I want to give my opinion on it, I'll give my live opinion on the situation if, like I said, if I know anything about it. So this is what we're doing. We're just hanging out. We're doing a little questions, answers, talk about anything that's relevant and worth talking about, and just hanging out. There's really no specific topic. Um, all topics are welcome, and we'll take it from there. We'll discuss it. We'll just put out random shit, and we'll just talk about anything and everything that comes to mind. But the first thing I want to talk about personally, or while people come in, if anybody comes in at all and wants to, lay down some tea in the chat to talk about, I'm going to give my overall opinion on the TV series real quick. Now, I ain't going to drag it out or anything. Was it Dexter Original Sin? If you're not familiar with the show, uh, and you like that kind of stuff, go check it out. It's a good watch. There's a original series called Dexter that was out a few years ago. It's good. It's binge worthy, and now they've got a couple of spinoffs. I think they got one called New Blood. It takes place right after the original series, uh, and this is more like a prequel called Original Sin. So if you want to watch it in order so you can really be up to speed on actually what's going on, start with Original Sin first, then move over to the OG series that was out a few years ago, then continue on with New Blood. And this summer, you'll catch Dexter Resurrection, which continues right after New Blood. And you'll be up to speed, is all I can tell you. But my overall opinion and thoughts about Dexter Original Sin, I liked it. It had the OG series vibes. And it's good to see how everything, it's always good to see how everything happens before, the original series. Because in the original series, they do touch on it a little bit, like flashbacks and stuff like that. But you don't know what really goes on or what really happened to lead up to what's going on in present day. So, and the character choosing for Original Sin was perfect, to be honest with you. I'm kind of iffy on was it Christian Slater's playing the daddy or whatever, but hey, he didn't do bad. I'm not knocking him for it, but I think I would have chose somebody else, but he did good. I'm gonna give it to him. But as far as the character they chose for like the Miami Metro Police Department and stuff like that, it was spot on to almost like the original characters, the same characters in the original series. It was pretty much spot on, even though they were older and stuff like that in the original a few years ago. But yeah, they pretty much were spot on. Even Dexter. So yeah, man, it's worth it. Go check it out. That's all I can say. I liked it. I like it. And I'm ready to see some more or where they go further in the future with Dexter, because it's a real popular series. It's got a big fan base. So it's almost up there with, I want to say it's almost up there with like Walking Dead and stuff like that. But Walking Dead's probably got a bigger fan base uh, than Dexter. I don't know. I really don't know. But it is a big show. So if you're bored, snowed in, ain't got nothing to do, want to watch something hot, and you like a little thriller, or yeah, because it's not really horror, it's more thriller, and you want to see something like that, check it out if you got Showtime or any streaming platform that carries Dexter, and enjoy it. All I can tell you. But other than that, I'm gonna take a few minutes, and see how many eyeballs we get in here, and get myself ready for these hot tea topics, if at any. So we're gonna take a few minutes, a little intermission, go to the bathroom, get your earplugs or whatever you need, whatever you need, and we'll see you in a minute. All right, I am back. I was uh, I was watching a live last night. Real big creator. She got a good following, good group. I kind of like her content. Certain things, not everything. But she played a blind react last night. These crazies. YouTube. I'm just gonna say YouTube is full of crazies, full of a lot of creators out there. False. They're just putting on a show, basically. It's for clicks and views. A lot of misinformation. There's a lot of there's creators out there that got mad subscribers and mad views for and they're getting popular in a negative way. By spouting misinformation and just putting on a gimmick show. I mean that's people love drama. People love drama, but these two on this video, I've never seen this video before. This video made me think twice about ever eating Italian food again. These two was making out with spaghetti sauce. When you say getting lost in the sauce, they were totally gone. Lost in the sauce. You got old girl on the left, you got dude on the right molesting a jar of spaghetti sauce. Literally. If that spaghetti sauce could talk, it would probably talk sexual harassment. And then you got the girl on the left was pretty much the narrator, and they was just doing the most honoriest. I didn't even think you could go that far on YouTube with stuff like that. I guess since it didn't have any nudity or anything like that, it pretty much passed. I had to. It was getting a phone call. I had to call him back here later on. But yeah, I didn't. Like I said, I didn't know that you could go that far. Let's just say, if I go to somebody's house and they say, if I'm invited to dinner or something like that, I'm like, well, what's for dinner? Spaghetti. That's the first thing that's gonna come to my mind every time I go into a store and see a jar of fucking Prego spaghetti sauce, because that was what they used. And it's sad to say that's the sauce that I like to eat spaghetti with too. And I've got a jar in the cabinet. It's like every time I open the cabinet, I just visualize dude sexually molesting a can of spaghetti sauce. And old girl in the background, like, oh yeah, the sauce, so crunchy. Yeah, no. I'm sorry. Woo, man, you got some crazies out there. Someone call 911. Insane, literally. Like I said, people like that are popular for the negative reasons. It's because, like I say, people like drama. Drama sells. Well, they're not making no money, but just wow. Oh my. I guess need to come up with a gimmick. I think that's what it is. I think that's the reason why I'm not so popular. I need to come up with a gimmick. Some kind of weird ass gimmick. Because that seems to be the thing. I need to cosplay a little bit. I can't do tarot. I can't do crazy, because crazy's been overtaken for a while. I can't do unhinged, because that's been taken. That would pretty much be copying. I don't know. I'm gonna have to come up with some kind of cool gimmick. I might put a poll on my community wall, of some possible options of a gimmick that I could use. Let's see what kind of votes I get. Because in this day and age, I guess, what's the old saying? You got to fake it till you make it, right? Because if you're real, and not saying that people don't get views, and good popularity for being real, honest, and just being who they are, but it doesn't seem to be going as well as the people with gimmicks and bullshit. But entertainment, right? Just like movies and music, entertainment. People want to be entertained. We're here for the show. That just can't be me. I got to be me. I can't get on here faking it. I can't be on here portraying something that I'm not. I'm giving you me in raw form. This is it. What you see is what you get. You either like it or you don't. I mean, to me, that's real deal. I want to take time to shout out my 175 subscribers that I earned legitly by just putting out the content that I've been putting out on my page and talking about the subjects that I've been talking about, and stuff like that. None of them were bought, paid for, or nothing like that. They were earned. They grew over time. I may lose a couple here and there. I might gain a couple here and there. It is what it is. It don't bother me. Like some people, it bothers them, because they want to reach a. I guess they got a goal in their head. They want to reach a high mark. They got I want to at least get this many. And if it don't happen in a certain, it's almost like they put a deadline on themselves. I got to get this many subscribers before this time. I don't care how long it takes. If I gain any, I'm not really hot in any algorithm or anything like that. I try to cover and you know, do my own content. And if you, like I say, if you like it, you like it. If you don't, you don't. I try to keep it fresh. Keep it fresh. I can't just be out here on some BS. Because when you're on BS, you're more than likely sooner or later going to get called out on your bullshit. Especially, with the creators that do the misinformation and shit like that. Somebody's going to call you out. And how you react is pretty much going to tell them who you are. It's going to give them a good idea of what's going down. People that say they're not triggered by anything that people say are really triggered by what people say. Like I said, your reaction, your vibe that you let off on your lives will give them the answer. Especially if somebody goes live and says this, if it's not true, then it shouldn't bother you. I know sometimes when I come on here, it may seem like I'm triggered over something. I'm not really triggered. It's just that I don't like when people lie on my name, make up a story. I've got to set the record straight. And that's pretty much what I do is I just come on here, and set the record straight. Because reputation is everything. Like on the internet and stuff like that. Yeah, your reputation is everything. It's like when I came on the scene, I was a cocky asshole. A lot of people hated my guts. A lot of people was gunning for me. But that story's already been covered. I don't really have to stress it. But now I'm giving you me, the real me. That was a facade that I was putting on then. That was just, basically that was me doing a gimmick. That was me being what they are. But no, I mean, and it wasn't cool, and it wasn't real. So now that I'm giving the real me, it's like I've always stated to people, if you get to know me for real, actually get to know me, I'm not that bad of a person for real. Yeah, I get some off the wall quirky shit going on, but truly deep down inside, I'm not that bad of a person for real. I'm just the type of person, you respect me, I respect you. That's it. Until you give me a reason not to respect you, and if that happens, then it's hard to gain respect back with me. I mean, you would literally have to go above and beyond for me to hand respect out again. You'd have to really be putting it, showing that you earned that shit. It's like, I can't. Basically, I'm gonna try to say is I can't be fake. It's just not me. It can't be me. I can't do it. I can't do it, man. Yeah, it's just wow. I mean, you got creators out here fake as fuck, fraudulent. Is because if they gave them the real you, or if they gave them the real themselves to you, you'd be like, I don't know, man. It's hell. I even say this. Sometimes I even think some of them's not even faking it for real. That is just who they are. I'm not calling anybody out specific like that. I'm just saying there's a lot of people out here on the YouTube streets. I mean, YouTube is a big cyber city. There's a lot of people out here, a lot of creators. Nobody really knows anybody. They just know their persona on YouTube. But if you're real and it's the real you, your persona on the internet is also going to be your persona in real life. Because you're giving them who you exactly are. So if you got somebody unhinged talking crazy and that's all they constantly do, then that's going to make me think that's who you really are. Especially for the ones that like attacking and stuff like that. If you're constantly doing it in some way, form, or fashion, that tells me right there, and you never change, then that lets me know right off the gate that's who you really are. And off the internet and on. That's your persona. That's who you are. That's the real you. Now you can shadow play it with a gimmick, throw shade on it, kind of have some kind of gimmick persona to cover it up, or try to play kind of feed into it. But that's pretty much, you're just trying to shadow out the real you, and the real you shines. I don't know if people's understanding what I'm trying to say. I think I might be just rambling on, because I get it. Let's talk about mental health. Mental health. That seems to be a hot tea topic on YouTube. Mental health. Mentally ill, mental health. There are people out there. I guess I'm going to say this. If you have mental problems, you are mentally ill, you are not medicated, and you haven't come to terms with your mental illness, you haven't accepted it and understood it, then the internet is not for you. It's not. Because the internet can be an emotional roller coaster just as well as real life. Because mentally ill people can't have a hard time dealing with opinions, um, criticism, uh, and stuff like that. They have a hard time dealing with it mentally ill people are very, very emotional creatures, and the internet is a very public place. Freedom of speech. People's going to have their opinion. People's, they're very open about things. They're going to say what they want, and if what they say is starting to irritate and get to you in some sort of way, and makes you feel a certain way, then I don't think you need to be on the internet. Because if somebody says something and you get unhinged in 30 seconds, then that platform ain't for you. Well, any platform is not good for you. It's not healthy for you. You just need to stay away because it's just not healthy. Now, if you have control, now I'm not. That's for the people that you know that can't handle stuff like that. Now, this is for the mentally ill people that have control over their illness and can handle a little criticism, a little opinion, and not let it, bother them too well because they understand this is internet and there's a thing called internet and reality. If you can handle the smoke, then by all means you can have a channel or a section on YouTube if you can handle it, because you don't mix internet with reality. It's almost like you don't mix business, with pleasure and stuff like that. If you can handle other people's opinions, then it's all good because you got control under. Once you log off or once you get off air, you're back to reality. None of that matters really because you're back on. You're back in your own zone. You know what's real and you know what ain't. But if you have mental illness to the point that you're constantly thinking about um, leaving this earth in some form, forcefully or about hurting yourself or anything like that, you need to get help. You need a counselor more than you need YouTube or a platform. You need therapy. You need to be evaluated. Uh, you need help. You need help. You need real life, basically. You need to seek out for some kind of help. I highly recommend that for the ones that can't handle uh, you know, the opinions and stuff like that. Now, if you're doing a bunch of bullshit and think that nobody's going to say anything or have an opinion on it, yeah, you got another thing coming. And another hot thing is receipts. It's always good to have some receipts. Um, I mean, but people can deny receipts all day long. I mean, of course they're going to. If they know it's true, they're going to deny it right off the gate. You know this. People know this. Because it's not about what you say, it's about what they say. They don't give a damn about your receipts and this, that. It could be cold hard truth, because people's putting on this persona. If they got a gimmick, they want to keep putting on that gimmick. That it's their way or the highway. Fuck your opinion. And when somebody gets exposed, they want to try to, oh, that ain't real. This, and that. Well, for one thing, you cannot alter somebody's voice. You may be able to alter their image, but there's always an original to that altered image. Yeah, I'm sorry. You can chop a video down, you can cut it down to damn near nothing, but there's always an original. And the way YouTube works, people screen record shit. There's the OG videos floating around. Then you've got the chopped and screwed version, or the doctored up version, as they call it. It doesn't matter, because in order to get the doctor version, you have to get it from an original. You can deny what's being said in the video, but if it's your voice, it's your voice. You can't doctor that shit up. The only thing you can do is lower or higher the pitch. You're either going to sound like Alvin the Chipmunk, or you're going to sound like Satan himself. All real deep, like rap music, screwed and chopped. Deny the facts all you want, it's out there. Nobody's squeaky clean. Everybody, I guess I could say everybody's got a good side, everybody's got a bad side. It all depends on which side you want to show and live by the most. And that brings me to my story writing that I'm doing, like my new story. But that's what I'm trying to explore. I'm trying to explore, I guess, how could I put it? The darker side of your mind. And for an example, everybody has a dark side. Some people show it, some people don't. And that's what my new story is basically going to explore. It's going to explore a darker side of the mind, your dark side, basically. I can't give too much away because I'll pretty much ruin the story for you. But in my story, I'm going to make it to where it's like a light switch. You can flip it on, but once it's on, you can't flip it off. Once you turn your dark side on, it's there. Who you was is gone. This is who you are now. It's almost like if the person was a loving person, da 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 da, before they got switched, then once they're switched, there's no switching back. People can change if they want to change. I see a lot of videos of people say they've changed, and they haven't. They haven't changed. Some are either more censored, but still the same in ways, and others are far worse than they was in the beginning. And then you have your redemption stories of people that have actually done a 360. We can all be vile, disgusting, immature assholes on the internet. We can all be that. I've introduced my side in the beginning. If I wanted to, I could be that if I wanted to be. But that's not real. That's it's not me. Some people are just that's who they are. Sick, twisted SOBs. That's all you're ever going to get. Unless they want to change for themselves. But anyways, we know what to expect when we click on certain people's videos. We know what to expect. We know what type of person we're getting ready to get. Some you could tell by the titles and by the first 5 minutes. Or if you're like me and just click on a video just for shits and giggles, just to see what's going on and see what kind of entertainment you can get for the night. That's pretty much what I do. I'll surf the YouTube streets, see what kind of look at the title, and if it interests me, I'll check it out. If I don't like what's going on in 5 or 10 minutes, I go something else. If I want to voice my opinion about something, I'll get in the chat. Excuse me. It is what it is. Hope everybody's doing good so far. If you're in the area where there's the big snow, well, especially me, I'm definitely when the snow's over with. It's out there though. There's a few inches out there. But the power's not out. The heat's not out. We're doing all right. We're just doing the cabin fever until it melts or clears out enough to where I can get out. Kate, what is going on? I've been rambling on for 30 minutes. I don't even know if I even made any sense. I'll have to go back and listen to it when I get done. I'll be like, man, that just sounded like shit. I'm trying to prove a point. I did state that last night made me think twice about eating spaghetti sauce again. That was probably the funniest thing. I'll never see. Uh, I just after that, I don't know. Every time I buy spaghetti sauce now, I'm just going to see that image. I didn't get a notification. Damn, is your notifications on for me? Sometimes it'd be doing that, That was a blast. I had never, to be honest with you, I had never seen it. That was the first. That was the first time last night. My lord. Yeah. If your husband says, "I want some spaghetti tonight," it just makes you want to go, "No, no." How about fettuccine? Yeah, YouTube's glitchy. Yeah, I don't get notified on a lot of things. He's like, I've dropped a lot of content here lately, and I'm pretty sure not a lot of people have probably not even been notified. Like, there's two parts to my original story out. Uh, I, I've been doing a lot of gameplay here recently. Uh, I went live earlier, just shooting the shit for a few minutes right before I had to do something, and I figured I'd come back on here and see what's going down. See what the hot tea is. See if anybody can give me something to talk about. You know me. I like to voice my opinions on things. I got to keep up with the hot gossip, the hot tea. I don't understand the crazy girl. I don't know why she thinks she can demand people. Yeah, 3 a.m. Nobody in the right state of mind is coming on a panel at 3 a.m. You had every opportunity. You was invited at what, 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock. You could have came on there all day long. You was up. I know you was. You had to have been. But you knew better than that. Because you can't get by with your gimmick bullshit on panel. It's not going to work. But yeah, that's what I'm saying. I was there. I watched the biggest part of it. Yeah, she's not going to do it. But if I panel, just take this for example. Somebody like that panels, it almost makes me think, Kate. This right here almost makes me think. Somebody like me, let's take a blast in the past when I did that live, and there was what, 4 or 5 of you in there all at once. Then all of a sudden, you know, here she comes with the screaming contest. Somebody like me, she'll do it too, but somebody like that, she won't. Yeah, it's almost like I know better than that. So she's like, I'll just do my own live and talk a bunch of shit, but then turn around and do the same thing that Emma did on her channel. I ain't nobody blocked. You want to come on up here and voice review? Why? So you can mute us? You can time us out? Uh, Turn around and block us when you get unhinged from our opinions? Because that's what it is opinions. It's not attacking like you put on. We're voicing our opinions. We're calling it out. Yeah, Billy Badass. Yeah, well, Billy wasn't all that bad. Yeah, Billy's not so fucking tough. I'll even state this: even in real life, I've seen it firsthand. She had that persona in real life. Had that. You're the fear me. Well, the ones that feared you were the weak son of a bitches. Was basically the ones that didn't have no hands on them. If it came down to a scrap, a physical scrap, they couldn't fight their ass out of a wet paper bag. you had an advantage over them. But if it was somebody that had, if it was, I'm going to say this, if the dog had some fight in him, then you didn't want no fucking smoke. I pissed her off when I went to her live using. I hadn't even known that. I didn't even know that she's been live for real. I really try to not listen to it, and unless she starts, mouthing about me, then I have every right to defend myself. I know it may sound like I repeat myself on things, but I'm not going to sit there and let you lie on me like that. It's not a troll. It's pretty self-explanatory. Who that? Yeah, I mean, yeah. If you put your name like that, it's that a troll account is no picture and just just some wacky name like uh Big Toe Jake or something. I don't know. Some of these fucking names on these channels are insane. If you just make up some weird name. Yeah, if somebody's coming at you directly and you know who it is, yeah, none of us even bother with her. But yeah, I'll call her out every time she asks. I mean, if I come across like on a homepage, because on your homepage, well, on my phone, if I scroll down looking at videos or something like that, it'll show community wall, like where if people post stuff on community wall, you can read it. You click it, you can read it. As far as videos, yeah, I'm not sitting there gonna watch her live or nothing like that. Now I watch people react to her because that basically tells me now you understand what everybody is dealing with, what everybody has dealt with. You're getting a taste of it. Like I was stating earlier in my video, people are popular for negative reasons. There's good popularity and there's negative popularity, and this creator is popular for negative reasons. Of course, we're all going to be the liars, even though there are people out there with hardcore evidence and proof. Like I was stating on receipts, there's people out there with receipts. Me, unfortunately, I don't have any physical receipts, but I've got people that know the situation at hand, seen it with their own eyes, and I'll call that a receipt that can back it up if need be. But I'm not going to drag them to a YouTube, thing like that, because it's just, who cares, because she can say, "Oh, you're living in the past. You're living in the past." Well, you're still the same person. That's not living in the past. It's stating facts. You haven't changed. You've gotten weirder. You're censored a little bit now. I think there's probably something behind that. You're watching what you say to an extent. You're not trying to incriminate yourself. Unlike the first version one of you was unfiltered, raw, uncut, didn't give a damn. Was going real life on people. I mean, going to the extreme, thinking there was no consequences. Now that you've seen there's consequences and shit can happen to you, the tone of it has come down a notch. I know, right? The past from a couple days ago. Yeah. Well, it's not that she hasn't forgot that she's never going to own up to the truth because that's it. It would you might as well own up to it because you've already been exposed as a liar. But if you go to my community wall, I put up a definition of an illness for mentally ill people that don't think or don't comprehend that they're mentally ill. And I believe that is what people are dealing with when it comes to her. Am I 100% on that? No, I'm not. But it does fit the narrative a little bit. Probably not the whole definition, but some of it does fit the narrative of this person very well. I would say the name of the illness, but I can't even say it for real. If I did, I'd probably butcher it, and I don't want to butcher it. She apparently forgot that she directly accused several people from. Oh yeah. I mean, yeah. She's been silently going after Emma. Like with the whole hacking and shit like that. That shit didn't happen. Yeah, none of that shit happened. That was the goddamn. I'm not getting attention. I've got to come up with some drastic things. I'm not getting any views. Nobody's watching. Well, to be honest with you, nobody's still watching. You're not you're not the superstar that you think you are. You're not popular no more. People have gravitated on to other things. You're not the only crazy on YouTube that's entertaining. Some are just far better actors than you. That's right. Emma had every right to call her out. She had every right to defend herself, just as well as I have every right to say what I got to say if need be. You've got every right to say what you got need be. The community you're with, anybody on there, anybody in chat. She's done vile, disgusting things. She's went to the extreme, and she's still doing what she does best. Only it's toned down a little bit, and it's not as raw and uncut. Because, like I was stating, she's found out that there's consequences to things, and shit can happen if it needs to happen. Oh yeah, she's. I don't even know how long she's been on the internet for real. Because I will state, I used to talk to her on the phone all the time. A few years back. This is before I ever had a YouTube channel or anything like that. Way before that. My first YouTube channel that disappeared out of the fucking blue for I don't know what reason. I created that for one main reason only, was to promote or not really promote, but to share my music that me and some buddies was creating. If we made some videos or whatever. That was it. That's what it was there for. I didn't have a community wall, or I didn't know how to go live or anything like that, because I wasn't hip to all that shit. We was just doing our own little, we was just figuring out how to do content, just fucking off, We just wanted to get the music out there, At one point, I mean, I'll be honest with you, I don't even know why I continued to talk to her for real. I don't. I guess I just did. I just did to be doing it, I guess, because I just figured at that time she wasn't giving me no shit. I wanted to give her the benefit of a doubt that, oh man, I know, I fucked up or whatever. Because at one time she did own up to, all the dirty shit that she did while our time together. She finally owned up to and me, I went ahead and accepted it. I'm glad that you come clean. So I gave her the benefit of a doubt. But after the whole basically dragging me into something, wanting me to attack a person that you'd already had beef with, and I'll go ahead and say it. It was MT. She'd already had problems with MT before. But now you're dragging me into it because you want me to do it, so you can put the heat on me. It's almost like there was some kind of ulterior motive there. It's like, oh, here, I'll let Jay do it. I'll make up his bullshit thing that he's, that MT's talking about his kids or whatever, and Jay will go off. Well, yeah, I mean, what normal man wouldn't go off? But where I fucked up is I didn't do my homework and actually get deep dive into it and to see that this man was actually talking shit. Come to figure out that he wasn't saying anything. And I just flew off basically, I'm guilty. I started it. Oh yeah, the obsession. I'll go ahead and tell you this right here, Kate. The obsession with me is insane. It's almost, and I'm sure people probably like, oh well, you seem kind of obsessed too. No, I'm not. I'm not. Do I call out her fuckery? Absolutely. Do I state my opinions on her bullshit? Absolutely. I will admit that. Because I know it's just flat out BS and goofy. And I'm basically telling people, if you believe that, you're just as crazy as she is. I slept through a lot of those crazy streams. You think I was really asleep? You think, Kate, that I was really asleep? You want to know the truth on that? I wasn't. I wasn't asleep at all. I was up doing things around the apartment, going outside and stuff like that. I'd go outside and sit on the front step. Especially when they get on a good rant, knowing it was going to take a while, I'd just go outside and sit and talk to my neighbors and stuff. Yeah, I was faking it. Anybody can lay their head back and I mean, I can fake snore. Anybody can do that. Hell, there was a few times, Kate, that I was playing a video game. while they was ranting and raving. That tells you how much I was into it. And the only reason why I did that because the topics they were talking about, I knew nothing about. But this is what's crazy. That one wouldn't go live unless I was there. There was a bunch of times that I was out doing things around the city. I was out and about. I'd get a phone call saying, "Hey," or I'd get Elena would text me or call me like, "Hey, so and so's going live." Oh, I'm not there. All right, I'll let them know. And then she'd call me back. Well, whenever you get back, just jump on. I'm like, whatever, I mean, a lot of the shit you're talking about, I don't give a fuck, you know? Because at the time that I was away, I was figuring things out, you know? Like with the medical, I can't say the medical records because I give a shit about that, you know? Like I said, I really didn't know anything about anything. Um, I'm just trying to say at that time, that I was talking to her on the phone. I didn't see that there was an issue, but there was some ulterior motive. There was some weird shit there, and what really, like I stated, what set it off is when I was given that ultimatum at the end, because I was still talking with the other creator because I didn't figure we had a problem with each other because we didn't, you know. And she, hit me up with that big ultimatum. You got to choose a side. Basically, if you're not running with me, then I'm gonna, it's attack time. I mean, I would be stupid to choose her side. And look at the shit you've done to me in the past. Was I stupid for talking to you on the phone? Well, yes. And I try to give you the benefit of the doubt that, you apologize. So I accepted the apology. You made me think you changed, but you hadn't. But now you're trying to set me up for some kind of shit. It's almost like payback's a motherfucker, bastard. It's time that you get, you won all those court cases in Kentucky that time. You walked free from all that shit. I couldn't convince them that you were doing all that shit. No, you couldn't convince it because you were lying to them. They didn't believe you after a while. The truth finally come out. I got to speak my side of the story. I had to force them to hear my side of the story, but they heard it, and you admitted that you did that shit. But on the internet, you've stated none of that shit ever happened. Well, I know it did because I was there. I'm sorry. You know, that was the fat version of you, which you're probably still fat. That was the fatter version of you. Version 1 or whatever. This is version 2 point slow. I mean, you were a pawn. That's right. I'm sorry I ain't been looking at the chat. But yeah, I was a pawn. I was a pawn pretty much. Oh, I know she never had to sleep. She told me on the phone. Because I was still talking to her on the phone. Because I even asked her about it. I said, because I brought it to her attention. I said they think that gastric sleeve from what I've been watching. Because I was watching from the bushes. They think that sleeve was fake, and I heard it right out of her own words on the telephone. She said, "No, I never had that," but they don't know that. Because what she told me was, yes, the sleeve is fake. I mean, there was no chopped phone conversation. There was no pitch level adjustment. It was her fucking words right in my ear because I brought it to her attention. I said, they're saying your sleeve's fake. Yeah, it is. Now, as far as the gastric bypass, I don't know. To be honest, at this point, I don't think nothing happened. I don't think none of that shit happened. The way she keeps drilling it down people's throats, because the more you keep expressing on something and something that just makes me think nothing happened. You want them to believe it happened, but it didn't. Oh yeah. Yeah. It's just you can claim to press charges on everybody. You know, without the right evidence, there's no case. No evidence, there's no case. You're going to have to pay to get that shit started. You're going to have to submit evidence. They're going to have to investigate and make sure that what your claims are legit. Uh, but what's funny about that is if you're attacking and you claim that they're attacking, then the judge is going to look at it. Well, you're both attacking. You're both guilty. I mean, there's really no winner in this case, and it's just petty bullshit. People have a right to defend themselves and say what they want. They have their right to their opinion. But in her eyes, you don't have any opinion. You can't, you know. She always speaking about you and yeah, constantly, constantly. When there is a Libra mentioned in her tarot readings, it is directed 99.9% of the time at me. Point blank. And whatever, everything, every tarot reading is directed at you guys and is directed at me. Unless it's her off the wall, some missing person named Billy Bob Joe came up missing in Saskatchewan, Nebraska, or some shit like that. She doesn't like you being our friend. Well, I'm sorry she feels that way. When I made that apology video to whoever was offended by my actions and all that, after I realized what was going on, I didn't expect to be talked to or anything like that, or anything like that. I just felt that was the right thing to do. You can either accept it or fuck you. I think you're full of shit. This and that, because it is what it is. Her and her weirdo friends think because she ain't found Jesus. That is the biggest mockery. I was reading last night. There are sins you can't get into heaven for doing, and mocking, blasphemy of God and stuff like that is a sin that won't let you in heaven. It is. I'm sorry. It's just that's one of them. There's three. There's three things that won't let you in heaven. I think one was adultery, blasphemy, and something else. I can't remember the third one. But there's three sins that will not let you in the gate. All it is, yeah, it's blasphemy, straight up blasphemy. And she's over here talking like, like Jesus, Jesus is God. God and Jesus are two different things. You know, yeah, oh, yeah, yeah. You can guarantee that. You wish you think she also takes notes when she watches others. That way, she knows what. Yeah, yeah. And a lot of it's Google. Google. But um, like I've seen on, I've seen the community wall, like with these, with the missing people, and I'll go back and research just to see if that's real. You know, and I haven't found nothing yet. Unless seeing it on a news broadcast that doesn't broadcast where I'm at. Because if something major like that was going on, just like the what was it I seen the post with the talk about the serial killer or whatever. Well, the next morning I got up and was watching Criminal Minds. I think it was an episode from season 10. It was episode 7 from season 10. And I'll be damned if they wouldn't talking if the whole episode wasn't about a serial killer that was targeting not just females on the internet, but just people from the internet. That was his source. That was his thing. Of course, she probably doctored it up a little bit, but the episode fit the narrative perfectly. And I was sitting here like, oh well, I know where she got that. Emma got her good last night. Now her, oh yeah, yeah, I guarantee it. I guarantee there's a Rage Live. I guess she forgets she's breaking one of the Oh my God, thou shalt not bear. Oh yeah, oh yeah, yeah. She's probably done broke all the commandments. All of them's done been broke. Oh no, she's mentally gone. Yeah, God's not speaking to her. It's a gimmick persona that she's putting on for clicks and views. Um, it's just it's cosplay. That's all it is. Them Timu cards, them Oracle cards, or whatever. The meaning of the cards is written on the fucking card. What the card stands for. She's just coming up with this blabber bullshit narrative that she's trying to fit in with the cards, but the true meaning is written on the card. All you got to do is just, if it's clear enough, just read the true meaning right there on the card, and you'll know that they don't fit anything she's talking about. She's a few French fries shy of a fucking value meal. She's never going to like me because I come out winning. That's it. Point blank. I'm not. Yeah, that's the reason why she don't like me, because she can't bring me down to that level. I come out winning. I'm not tooting my horn and bragging, but or nothing like that. The only thing I'll probably that I can't say that I'll probably never get back, but the only thing she helped that she tried to destroy Well, she pretty much had it destroyed until she disappeared, until she was found out to be an idiot in court. Is that she basically destroyed any trust I had for family members. She brainwashed them to the point that if I tried to explain anything to them, I was made out to be the monster. Period. Nothing I said, they didn't give a shit. I was to blame, point blank, whether I did it or didn't. She basically just destroyed it. She detached, family from me. Yeah, it's insane. She's a destroyer of lives. Basically, she's walking misery, and if you're not miserable, then you don't fit in. I mean, you can't. It's just the way it was. Uh, you know, living in motels and shit like that. Who wants to live like that? I'm not used to living like that. And anything good that we had, housing wise or financial wise or anything like that, she destroyed it. Just fucking destroyed it. I don't know a grown ass person that gets jealous of a father's bond with his kid. Who does? Who gets jealous? And she flat out admitted it one time. I was jealous of yours and Asia's relationship. Why? I mean, who does that? Who would be jealous of that? A sick person. I mean, literally. I mean, you're jealous because of a bond? Oh, that's right, because she don't bond to you. Well, you half-ass fucking acknowledged her half the time. Why would she? That's right. Yeah. It's because I have a family. Who cares? You know. Yeah, she tore. She just, and I'll even tell you. I'll tell you a story. I know it's in the past, but this story, this right here, is puts the icing on the cake. I didn't grow up around any of my brothers. I grew up by myself. I knew I had brothers. I would see my brothers. Sometimes my brothers, they'll show up once in a blue moon. It's because they've got their own lives. They're not gonna. You know how some brothers are real close. I wasn't close with my brothers like that. It was what I see is when I see you. You know. But this story right here, one of my brother that's here in town, he come over one day, because he knew growing up that we like to, we played basketball and stuff like that, and that's what he come over for. He come over and said, "Man, you want to take a ride with me?" And the park wasn't a block. I wouldn't even say a block. It was just right out my front door, turn left, and there it was. The basketball court, and that's where we was going. He come over one day, uh, asked me if I wanted to shoot some ball. I said, "Yeah, man, let's go play some ball." Of course, she was in the bedroom, laying in the bed like she does on the internet, or sitting in the bed. I said, "Hey, I'm gonna go shoot some ball with my brother." She said, "Ah, cool, whatever." But here's the kicker: we go do that. I come back, she's missing. Front door wide open. Anybody could walk in and rob me. Cold blood. I mean, take anything they want. She's done taken off somewhere. Can't get a hold of her. Don't know where the fuck she's at. Then all of a sudden, later that evening, she shows up. and gives me the 10th fucking degree about going and playing basketball with my fucking brother. But if you're going to hear her version of the story, it ain't going to sound nothing like that. But that was the truth, is what I said. What she's going to fabricate it to something else. I remember that story every day. He even brings it up sometimes. He just thought it just who does that? How much is his house? Oh, she has a house sale. I don't feel a bit sorry for Carlos, and I'll go ahead and say his name. I don't give a fuck he likes it or not. I don't feel a bit sorry for you, Bubba. You are getting what I got. Eat it up. Love it. Eat it up. Enjoy it. Enjoy the misery. But then again, is he really miserable? No, because he's not there 90% of the time. No, he don't have to. He didn't have to deal with her like I did. Mine was 24/7, no breaks. But you can guarantee he gets his fair share of the psychotic bullshit. I guarantee it. Only he is pussy. I wasn't. Oh yeah, he's just as guilty for his shit too. Like that time she faked her death. I think it was the first time. First time I had given uh one of my brothers didn't have a cell phone, so I gave him a phone that I had so he could have a cell phone. It was active and everything, had minutes on it because I had gotten money to buy me a better phone, and this phone already had time on it. He called me up. My brother called me up and said that, hey, so and so's old man, talking about Carlos, called him up to tell. Basically, I think he was trying to get a hold of me to tell me that she was dead. Yeah, come on, bro. Motherfucker wasn't dead. I knew she wasn't dead. I hadn't talked to her though. I really didn't know if she was dead. I just had, got that feeling this fucker ain't dead. There's no way that evil bastard's dead. Yeah, I mean, and it's like the second time she was supposed to. Yeah, it was the first time. I even called my mom saying she was dead when the stupid bitch wasn't dead. I mean, who the fuck does that? Get the fuck out of here. She's done faked her death so many times, bro. It's pathetic. Yeah, he ain't about to touch no self. Carlos has got an alternate life that he lives when he's away. I mean, she can call bullshit on it all she fucking wants. That's it. That man, I'm sorry, nobody wants you, bro. No other girl's gonna have you. Not with her, because she will sabotage any kind of relationship that you get outside of her. She's done it to me a few times. I was dating a girl a few years back. She was on a troll account on Facebook telling this girl that I was going to beat her, this, and that. And I was in the car with the girl when this shit was going down. Then all of a sudden, the girl starts going off on me and we come up to a stoplight, and I just get out of the car and walk off. I don't even want to hear it because I already knew what was going down. Every girl that she's seen me in a picture with that I tried to get with after her, she sabotaged it. That's why if I'm talking to a female or anything like that, or I'm dating someone, I don't show pictures. I don't even acknowledge the relationship because she will go digging just to see who it is to start her shit. I can't speak. Well, Kate, I know for a fact Asia don't have nothing to do with her. Doesn't even know who she is. Um, Now I can't speak for uh, uh, the boy um, or the other two girls. I can't speak for them. I don't know. I'm pretty sure the boy don't at all because I witnessed that situation when she gave up her rights on him. I was at the courthouse with her, and the foster are the people that she gave custody to. Uh, yeah, I was there. I was there at the courthouse. I wasn't inside the courtroom because I couldn't go inside. I wasn't a part of the case. I had to wait outside. But yeah, I know all about that. Has she ever asked about your daughter? Yeah, she used to all the time. I mean, but I mean, I used to give her updates, but now, no, because we're not on good terms. We're not on speaking terms. And it's really, I mean, I was just doing that out of respect, because she would call just for that sometimes. Oh, how's Asia doing? Yeah, because I see Asia on holidays, Christmas, Thanksgiving. I see her, when she's around. I I give her money, get her buy her things. Uh, I talk to her, not all the time because she's grown now. She's got her own life. I'm not going to bug the piss out of her. I might say, "Hey, what's up?" or "What's new?" But now that she's in college, I'm not going to bother her. Education is key. Once in a blue moon, I might send a message, "Hey, how's things going?" or whatever. It is what it is. Oh yeah, yeah. What mother gives up right to their flesh? You'd be like, yeah, that story that started it all about the $100. I'm sorry, I didn't feed into it like she did. I witnessed the exchange. I witnessed her sign the papers. They wanted me to do the same thing, and I told them no. I'm not signing shit. But they ended up getting me in the long run. But there wasn't no money involved. They got me in jail. I got the papers sent to me in jail. Like I said, after that happened, I called her a sellout. We got into it because I tried to warn her in the beginning. This is what's going to happen. I got a good feeling. I know what's going to happen because they did the same thing to my biological. The same kind of ordeal happened over me when I was little. My biological father was in prison. He was forced to give up his rights. He didn't want to, but what's the point? You might as well. And my grandma's the one that made him do that, is to keep us from going to foster care. You know, or keep me from going to foster care. She didn't want us in the system. Me and my one brother. I've got more than one brother, but the only one I knew of at the time. Yeah, to keep us from getting lost in the system, give up your rights, sign your custody rights over to me, and keep them in the family so they don't get lost and separated. But it is what it is. I mean, she did what she did. I was like, you sold out. I can't believe you did that. Because they knew they couldn't get it from me. They would have to find another way to get it from me. They knew right off the gate that I would play hard with them. Uh, that one son of hers is alive. Yeah, absolutely. Yep, he's in another county. Yeah, but all I can say about Asia, she's doing her own thing, doing her own life. You know, everything's good there. Uh, I'm doing better. I've been blessed, and I can speak it like I'm going to speak it right now. To the God blessed me with a turnaround, and I took it. I'm handling business, and I'm not going to let her shit on my name like she's been doing. I'm sorry. I will stand up for myself against her. That's internet wise, face to face. You're not going to throw shade on my name like that and think I'm going to put up with it. Oh yeah. I've told her I support anything she wants to do. Anything she wants to do. Right now, she's on the hairdresser journey. But if that doesn't work, and it is not cut up to what it she thinks it's going to be, she's at a place. She's got options. If that don't work, let's try something else. And if that don't work, let's do something else. Sooner or later, she's going to find something that fits. And my support level is still going to be 100. You know, and I've even told Asia on a message. You want to talk about what went down when you were younger? We can. If not, we don't have to. We do not have to. That's her option. I mean, we haven't had a big discussion about it. If she feels she don't want to talk about it or don't want to hear it, I'm not going to force it on her. Hairdressers make good money, but she'll be successful. Oh, absolutely, yeah. She's smart as a tack. I mean, even though she's got both of our attitudes or whatever, and stuff like that. Hey, I mean, that just comes with it, man. you know. Yeah, oh yeah, I know hairdressers make bomb monies. Cutting hair, braiding hair. If you're a stylist and you're real good at what you do, people's gonna want to mess with you. And plus, if you're reasonable in prices too, you're gonna get a lot of customers. Say, this woman over here might be just a little bit higher than you, but her work is not that. It's good, but it ain't great. They may come to you. You're not charging as much, but your work's 10 times better. You know, they're gonna want to flock to her because she's doing grade A work. It's all about the prices, and it's all about the you know she'll learn. Yeah, I mean, she'll figure it out. Yeah, I mean, it's a start. You got to start somewhere. At least have the knowledge of it. Even if hairdresser thing doesn't work, keep the knowledge. It could be a side hustle. That might not be your main hustle. That could be a side hustle. In your spare time. Because I know a lot of people that do that too. That you know that do hair on the side. Away from their main job. I mean, let's go. And she also likes to write songs and stuff like that. I guess she takes after me a little bit, but well, I can't say she does because I don't write songs. The songs I do, I don't write them. I just I get a concept in my brain and I feel the music. I see what the tone of the beat and stuff like that, and I speak from experience. I've heard she likes to do. She likes to do videos and stuff like that. But I mean, it's all good. We have a lot. We have a little in common, me and her. You know, uh, I've hell. I'll tell you, be honest with you, sitting in the same room with her, it's almost like I'm sitting in a room with myself. That's how I guess I could say how accurate the comparison would be because she's like me in a room, real quiet. You know, she'll speak if she's spoken to. Yeah, you would have to say something to her for her to say anything. Other than that, she probably wouldn't say anything. Because I'm that way. If I don't know you, I probably won't say anything to you. I've got to warm up to you. Hey, no problem, no problem. I share what I know. That's it. And as far as our son, that passed away didn't make it. I'm the only one that goes to the grave. I'm the only one that put stuff on the grave. I know after a while the cemetery, kind of, with weather and stuff like that, stuff will blow away and and disappear. And because I've noticed that I've put bukus of shit on that boy's grave. I'm talking reefs. I've paid money for nice looking reefs that stick in the ground. I think the last one I paid like $70, $80 for. I mean, it was high tech. I had lights on it. His name carved in a wooden uh, wooden piece wrapped around it that would hang. It had the stand to it that stuck in the ground. And I went, and the next time I go to visit him, it wasn't even there. I mean, I don't know what cemeteries do with stuff, uh, but everything that I've put on his grave, like the big porcelain angel I had on there, it's gone. Halloween, I had pumpkins and a stick in the ground thing that said uh, it wasn't expensive stuff like that, but it doesn't have to be expensive. It's the thought and the heart into it. I decorated him Superfly for Halloween. And all the reefs I've put on there. I mean, they're just. I mean, if I was to go up there right now, he probably has absolutely nothing. Around his stone, probably because it's either blown away or been misplaced or something like that, or they just got rid of it. But I mean, April's coming up. That'd be his birthday, and I'm going to put some more stuff up there, whether it stays or not. Because to me, it's the thought that counts. I'm the only one that goes up there. Hell, I'm pretty much the only one that acknowledges his existence. I mean, yeah, the cemetery should just leave stuff alone. You know, and that used to get on my nerves. I'd be like, "Hey, I'm paying out all this money. You know, just leave my boys' things alone." But I understand that they got to cut grass and stuff like that, and they don't watch what they're doing, and I mean, there's nothing I can do about it. It's just I know what I've done and what I haven't done. But as far as her, no. I mean, why would she want to visit it for real when she's talked all that shit, about them? She's pretty much they're dead to her. I mean, that's fine. I mean, that's fine. That's on her. You're not hurting my feelings because it's you that's got to live with the suffering in the end. But she's spiritually healed. Have we forgot about that? No, you ain't healed at all. You're broken, shattered, collapsed, done, overcooked. Now you're just a gimmick on YouTube. That's it. Yeah, you're right about that. You're just as bad as you always was. Yeah, if not worse. I do agree. You don't deserve anything. You cry about happiness and this is that you don't deserve it. You don't deserve it. That's not even an award. There's not even a grant for that. You don't deserve it. Blessings. You talk about blessings. You don't deserve them. Yeah, you're right about that. You wish many nutbags hide behind religion. Yep, that is true. Because they think that's going to help. No. And I don't know any religious person that says MFer, or bitches, hoes. None. I'm sorry. That's not God talking there. Oh, yeah. I remember the third thing. Yeah, you can't get from you can't get in heaven by doing. They will refuse it. If you refuse access, it's also cursing. Well, I've pretty much shot my thing on that because I curse. So yeah, they don't allow cursing. So I could be. I might have to relook that up just for So take that with a grain of salt for a moment. Yeah, she is vile. She is vile. She's always been. But she could also put on a good act. But her act is her acting is exposed. I mean, if you never knew who she was and you come across to her the first time, if you can't call bullshit right off the gate, then yeah, you'll probably fall victim to her act. Yeah, she's what I call uh, uh, a convincing liar. But unless you've actually dealt with her and can't be convinced and know the truth, then yeah, she's a very manipulative person, and her main thing is destruction, is to destroy lives, not help you with it. She will destroy it. If she sees that you have a life that's far better than what she has, she will destroy it to get you on her level. Oh yeah, no, yeah, no, nobody wants her to kill herself. It's almost like she wants to kill herself. I hate to say it, but I'm just going to be 100%. I mean, YouTube can strike me for saying it. It's like she wants to die. She wants to. Nobody has wished death on anybody. I haven't. I've seen all you guys or whatever. From even when I was on my vile shit, none of y'all have wished death or anything like that. It's like she wants to die. It's like but but there's different examples of that though with mentally ill people. There's people that actually try to unlife themselves, and there's people that say it for attention and they want pity party. It's that feel sorry for me shit. She has tried. That's why. That's why you couldn't have any sleeping medication around her or anything like that, because she would abuse it. She loves pain pills. She will abuse them. I've watched her do it. Eats them things like M&Ms. Yeah, she's addicted to pain meds. She loves sleeping pills. Well, she she did at the time. I don't know what the fuck she does now, but she did at the time because she would try to say that I was hard to live with. She'd just rather sleep all the time. I'm sorry, but you're not going to kill yourself on my watch. Yeah, I'm not. I'm not going to put up with somebody that's trying to OD every day. No, you need to take that overdose and shit down the street somewhere. That don't fly with me. Yeah. She manipulates others. She's it's manipulation tactics. It's she verbally assaults people, and that is a crime. You know, verbal assault. You don't have to punch them in the face. Yeah, you can verbally assault somebody. That is a crime. That is criminal. Oh yeah, I'm gonna tell you what I think it is. I think she's abusing. What is it? Lose weight pills. I think that's what it is. Now you can take that with a grain of salt. I'm not for sure. I got no receipts on it. I'll just go ahead and state that. That's just my opinion. If you know, and I know I used to say she's on drugs or whatever. I'm not saying that she's not. That's my opinion. Do I have proof? No. I believe there is something involved in that area. There's an abuse of something. And if she's supposed to take any medication for any mental illness, she's not doing it. Or she's not doing it correctly. I'm with you right there, Kate. I wouldn't be surprised. You know, that's pretty much basically what I'm saying. I wouldn't be surprised if it ain't something. Because the more and more she goes live, the crazier she gets, the more of the mental decline. You know, it's insane. I mean, I'm not sitting here bashing or nothing like that. I'm not. I'm just stating my opinion. I'm not for sure, but there is seriously something going on, and it ain't for the good. That's right. I've always said that opinions are like assholes. Everybody's got one, and they're entitled to it. I mean, you can take it how you want it. You know, take it how you take it. You know, because I mean, I've even there's a few times I've even said, you know, I'd like to get on here and say good things for real, but I can't because there's nothing good to say. There's nothing good. That's right. If you put anything on a public platform, it's public. they're entitled to their opinion. If you don't like it, I mean, then don't put it out there. If you're afraid to hear people's comments or read their comments, then don't put it out there. I don't share a lot, you know. I share what I share, and my main reason is because people use people will take that and turn it into shit, and it's really to be honest with you, it's really nobody's business of what you do in your personal time. But if you want to share something, know what to share and what not to share. That's it. You know, you got to draw the line somewhere. That's me, Kate. I just try to correct her bullshit. Like when she goes off about me, I know it's a lie, and all I do, I call it defending myself. Is all I'm doing. I'm just trying to correct the story. Yeah, you're not telling it right. I mean, if you're going to talk bad about it, are you gonna throw salt on me, salt in the game or whatever? Look, don't speak about it unless you're going to tell it the way it went down. Because I'm going to tell it the way it went down. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. I'm going to give it to you exactly. Now, the only times that I've messed up during storytelling is I get probably my dates wrong, or I get the time of events wrong. But the story itself is what happened. That's one thing I could say to all of y'all. The stories I've told and the shit I've heard out of her mouth, I've told it exactly. Because her triggered response afterward is enough to tell you that there had to have been some truth to it. Because she would rage and then try to fit it to fit her narrative. Yeah. But she's told me a lot that what's to say it wasn't bullshit too. I've been told stories. I don't know if they're true or not. They're just stories. But the things that I've been right there on the scene with and seen personally, yeah, I didn't bullshit none of that. And I wasn't doing it to attack her. I was doing it to show you that there is a vile person. She's not no fucking saint. She doesn't know what's but flaps. Oh yeah. She claims to know everybody, who they are. Nobody knows who anybody is unless you're sitting in the room with them. And the only reason why I know about her is because I lived with her. I was with her. I would know firsthand. It might have not been a long period, but it don't have to be a long period for you to know who somebody is. Damn, I just realized I'm popping people's comments up. I'm doing that without even thinking. Oh man. Oh hell. I just realized that. Oh well. Yeah, I don't believe nothing that comes out of her mouth either, and unless I see it firsthand. Just like, you're so blessed. Why are you even on the internet? You're supposed to be making $4,000 mods for video games and stuff like that, but you're over here doing misinformation tarot. You shouldn't even have had to done that gimmick. You should be rich as fuck. but you're not. You know that's fraud. Yeah, I mean, just go watch dude's video that she went on panel with. I didn't forgot dude's name for real. I don't even have to speak no more. Go watch part 1 and part 2 of that man's video of all the I mean, come on, man. You know, shotgun to the belly. You know, I was supposed to have done it first. Then it was some poor guy named Jeff. Jeff, if you're out there, I'll say it again. I'm sorry, bro. I don't know you, and I'm sorry that you got brought into it. I don't know who who you are. I know that she was supposed to have dated a guy named Jeff. She even tried to. I think Jeff was supposed to be her first baby daddy. She tried to say she married or whatever, but you ain't never been married. Never. Then you was with a boy named Nathan, from what she told me. But the one story she tried to tell me is that the one of her daughters wasn't even hers; that she was adopted. Okay, but how is she adopted and looks exactly like you? How did you adopt a kid that? Oh, I'd say, yeah, it was supposed to have been her sister's kid or something. I don't know. There's so many fucking stories, bro. So many fucking stories. You don't know what to believe. Those were your kids. You claimed to had your 2 girls taken because you lived with your sister and her boyfriend was a pedophile truck driver. And that's the reason why they took your kids. Well, if you'd known that her truck driver boyfriend was a pedophile, why would you want to live in the home knowing that he was a chomo? I mean, why would you want to put your kids at risk like that? I don't know. I don't know. Oh yeah. I mean, everything's recorded. You know, everything's screen video recorded. She knows this, but she's always going to claim it's doctored up. It's been ran through the process. And like I stated earlier in my video before anybody come on, you can't alter somebody's voice. The only thing you can do to a voice is a pitch control. You can either make it higher or lower. Your actual voice is your actual voice. I'm sorry, you called that cop the N word, but that police officer hung up way before you said that. Because if you would have said it while she was on active phone, she could have pressed racial uh, uh, charges on you for calling her dropping the N bomb. Yeah, she could have pressed charges right then and there. I mean, you waited till the click. You had no black friend. It's like I've always stated, I've got black friends. I know a lot of black people and that I'm cool with, and they're cool with me. If I was to spout the N bomb, I'm sorry, with no hesitation, friend or not, I'm getting my ass whooped. Friend or no, I mean, it doesn't matter what type of relationship we got, cool or not. You know, I'm getting my mouth readjusted right there on site. They won't hesitate. You know, every one of them I know is like, hey, that's one word you don't say. Teresa and Left Eye. Come on, bro. Did you dig up Left Eye from TLC? That girl's been dead for years, and she died in a car accident in what was it, the Bahamas or Jamaica or something like that. Yeah, Teresa, was it? Is it? Yeah, T-Boz and Left Eye. Did TLC? You just changed the names around a little bit. Get the fuck out of here. Yeah, that was insane. And she used to talk trash about Mexicans too. Here, used to talk trash about them. Even when we split up, she talked trash about them. Oh, they bring diseases over and this, and that. I'd never in my life get with one. Ah. I mean, her ex before me was black. She would call him the N-word. He wouldn't take offensive to it. I mean, even though he was beating her on a daily, he would just laugh it off because he was slow too. Yeah, he's fucking damn drunk. That's all he was, just retarded as hell. I mean, and she would say it with a hard R too, not the way hood people would say it. She'd say it with a hard R. I'm talking like some fucking white supremacy shit. Yeah, I mean, she's just like Emma said, she's a channel killer. She's just, I'll say it like she said it. She's internet herpes. It don't go away. Once you catch it, it just doesn't go away. Well, guys, I've been on here for 2 hours and 8 minutes. I'm sorry we got to talking about the beast. It just seems to lead into that, and I really haven't been covering her or nothing like that, and I don't like really talking about it, but I try to stray away from it. But it seems that she keeps my name in her mouth, subliminally, and I'm in every tarot reading that involves a Libra. She's talking about me, period. She can say, I ain't talking about nobody specific. Well, yes, you are. Yeah, you are. You know who you're talking about. I want everybody to have a great evening. And I'll catch y'all soon on original reading part 3. It's coming. And matter of fact, probably this weekend I'll do a movie reaction. I've seen a couple new movies, and I want to do my opinions and thoughts on the new scary movie called Heart Eyes. I don't know if a lot of you probably haven't seen it yet because it's still in theaters, but I've seen it, and I'm going to do my opinions on that and the new movie called Wolfman. Yeah, Wolfman, something like that. If you haven't seen it and don't know anything about it, I'm not going to spoil it that much. I'm just going to give my opinions and thoughts on the movie. I'm not going to spoil it at all for you if you haven't seen it. I'm just going to tell you what I thought about it. And uh, feel free to. I mean, I know a lot of you don't like my video games, gameplay or whatever, but if you just want to reach out and say hi in the comments or whatever, and uh, if you got something you need to ask, and you're not a troll, and it ain't negative, just leave me a comment in my gameplay, and I'll read it, and I'll get back with you on that. But other than that, have a great evening. Enjoy yourself. Stay warm. If you got snow, I hope it melts. If you don't, party like a rock star. And I'll catch you on the next one. Oh, trust me, you're going to hear my thoughts. I got some thoughts on it.